All right, good evening. Let's try this again without the screaming banshee in the background. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy and Chief David Reimer. It is Friday the 10th of December 2021, now 5:10 p.m. as sunset quickly approaches for the state of Texas. We are monitoring a isolated but potentially higher impact severe weather threat across portions of northeast Texas this evening. A vast majority of folks are not going to see a darn thing except maybe a thin line of showers and then strong gusty northwest winds as a cold front pushes through later tonight. However, we are monitoring for the chance of a few supercell thunderstorms in northeast Texas this evening, which would be problematic in the severe weather department. But before we get into any of that, let's talk about what we have going on right now. A thunderstorm developed over eastern Dallas County about 45 minutes ago, rather unexpectedly, I might add. That wasn't supposed to happen, and has been since moving up Interstate 30 at 60 miles per hour. The storm's flied faster than a state trooper going down FM Highway 380 during evening rush hour, or for that matter, going faster than anyone is going down 380 in the evening rush hour. This thunderstorm, with the potential for some quarter to maybe $half size hail, is crossing over Highway 34 north of Greenville, south of Wolf City, generally moving a little more north-northeast at about 50 to 60 miles per hour towards Wolf City and Ladonia. This storm does look like it is going to stay a bit to the west of Cooper and probably south of Honey Grove. We'll see. Watching this storm now south of Greenville, we might have had a cell split occur, which isn't something we would normally see given the strong kinematics aloft with the approaching storm system. But nevertheless, if it did happen, this thunderstorm south of Greenville would tend to turn a little more to the right. And if we did have an issue with a supercell thunderstorm, the southern storm would most likely be the candidate most likely to become that problem. Over the next few hours, we could see isolated severe thunderstorms in northeast Texas. Let me pop up the mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see, generally speaking, over the shaded purple blinky area of doom, we could see isolated severe thunderstorms. We're not talking about widespread severe storms. We're not talking about an outbreak of severe storms here in Texas. We're talking about maybe 2, 3, if even that, in terms of number of severe storms we expect this evening in northeast Texas. The problem is they're going to be out by themselves, really. They're going to be cellular, which is problematic because we have strong low-level wind shear, and we have most of the ingredients we need to support organized supercell thunderstorms, including the threat for maybe a tornado or two. So, if that worst case scenario happens, we would have to keep an eye out for the threat for a few tornadoes this evening in northeast Texas if we ended up having any sustained supercell thunderstorms develop, and that's still a big if. Generally speaking, that time frame would be from about now through 9 or 10 p.m. in northeast Texas. These storms are moving east-northeast at about 60 miles an hour and will be out of Texas, hopefully by 10 p.m. And then later tonight, across portions of East Texas and Southeast Texas, we could see a thin line of showers and storms with maybe some damaging straight-line winds as a cold front rapidly pushes to the southeast, bringing very gusty northwest winds and a pretty noticeable drop in temperatures and humidity. But for the next few hours, we'll be watching to see if any of these discrete storms are able to mature into supercells, and if they do, well, we'll be here to provide weather updates as needed. Otherwise, you can keep an eye on the sky with the Texas Storm Chasers Interactive Weather Radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar, or in our free mobile app. We do note a regional outbreak of severe thunderstorms, including the threat for tornadoes, is expected tonight across portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri. The red shaded zone you see here is a level 4 out of 5 risk of severe weather. The orange shaded zone that includes much of, well, Indiana and Illinois does include the threat of tornadoes as well. That's a level 3 risk. We could see fast moving tornadoes tonight, with, unfortunately, being at night in December, a lot of folks probably won't expect them, but they're going to be fast moving, 60 to 70 miles an hour, and again, occurring after dark just adds another layer of danger. So folks out in portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, and Missouri, including Memphis up to St. Louis, Indianapolis, even up towards Chicago. Keep an eye out tonight. We're expecting a nocturnal severe weather outbreak, including the potential for tornadoes. Here in Texas, we are on the very tail end of that. But as you can see, thunderstorms have fired up a bit further west than we expected they would. So for that reason alone, we are going to have to keep an eye out for the threat for a few severe storms tonight in northeast Texas, including the potential, if we had a sustained supercell develop, including the potential for a tornado threat. So keep an eye on the sky. We'll do the same here at the Texas Storm Chasers. If we have any tornado warnings, we'll be doing live continuous severe weather coverage this evening for Texas. Otherwise, we'll be doing more of these intermittent updates as needed. I'm David Reimer. We'll be here. Y'all have a good evening.